Hello and welcome to Apostolic Children's Ministry Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Apostolic Children's Ministry Podcast. Today, I'm here with Bre.
Hello.
And we are so glad to be here today. Unfortunately, my dad is not able to join us. He is...
in the Bermuda Triangle.
What?
Or something.
Something like that. But yes, he has lost his voice, and so he is not able to do a podcast because you might not hear him anyways. So...
he lost it in the Bermuda Triangle.
Got it. Okay. That's why he's not
That's what
yet.
happened.
Got it. Okay.
It was a tragic accident. He's okay, but his voice is not.
Yeah, he lost it. Never to be seen again. So, unfortunate.
Indeed. But we're here in his place trying to see if two of us can make up a Brother Phillip Booker.
Yes, but so unfortunately he is not here with us today to keep us on track. So this could be like as Bre said before we started, this could be 3 minutes, could be 83 minutes. Never know. So we will try to keep it short and sweet, don't beat a dead horse.
To some points.
Yes. So we're going to first be talking about
Harvest Fest.
Harvest Fest.
I didn't even say that correctly.
One thing before we do anything else, just remember we are not experts at this thing called children's ministry. We are just very passionate about it. We love doing it. And many of the things we say are more for ourselves than anyone else. And so if we can help someone else along the way, that's great. If you guys have any things you want us to talk about or you think you guys want to know more about the way we do it, it's not the only way to do it, but it's just the way we do it. You can email us at info@apostolicsundayschool.com, and we would love to hear from you guys. So first thing that has happened since the last podcast is our Harvest Fest. I know last week I believe my dad kind of touched on it because it was the day before Harvest Fest. And so we are, our Sunday school had a part where we were doing the Sunday school stage, which is basically Sunday school nonstop for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And at the top of each hour, we had a song, candy rain, and then just kind of went back into the song, the object lessons. So we had about, I think it was 40 to 50 minutes, like 3 segments of 40 to 50 minutes, all of like object lessons, skits, different things like that. And that was taken over by our Sunday school team. I believe there was a lot of people out of town, so we didn't have...
This was one of those years where we don't quite expect it per se, where everybody just... a lot of major things just kind of came up for quite a bit of our team. So, of course, it wasn't like they wanted to not be there.
Yeah, they weren't able to be there. So, it was very different. We didn't have, like, the Larry Booker family. We didn't have...
the
Estradas. We didn't have Sister Kim Ramos. We didn't have the Torados.
I know.
It was... I think the only people was Brother Lee, my dad, myself, Logan, and Bre.
Was that it?
As far as I remember, no.
I think it was.
Yeah, because a lot of people were either out of town or they were committed in other places.
Yes, and Bre came late this year because she was attending a wedding earlier that day.
So it was a lot of fun. We definitely had a lot of great connections there. Definitely a lot of people interested. And you were more in the Sunday school booth than I was, just because I was running around to a lot of different areas.
Oh, yeah. I want to just plug in a shout out really quick to Brother Ruben Lamelli, because he manned that booth like no one's business. Like him and Natalia both, because of how few we were, there wasn't enough people to really be at the booth to kind of help relieve the two of them from like making balloons and talking to people, handing out flyers, this, that, or the other. So I just wanted to make a quick plug in that they both did such a phenomenal job, especially in the beginning part, because I wasn't there for the first hour. I came in around like 7:30. So that was like halfway through Harvest Fest. But they did a great job. They really did make some great connections. Some of the individuals that they had spoken to actually came to Sunday school that following Sunday.
Was so cool.
So I just want to say thank you to the both of them publicly.
That is so cool, yeah. Every time I looked over, they were both over there making balloons and just doing all sorts of stuff, talking to people. Yeah. And what you were talking about having some of the people that came because of Harvest Fest is, I know for sure there was two or three families, and one it was a boy and a girl, and then also their mom and dad came, and they sat in the entire Sunday school. They just kind of wanted to see what it was like. Obviously, you're not just going to send your kids somewhere random.
Right.
But they sat in. They seemed to really like it. There was another little girl that was sitting up at the front, and she was really into it. And I believe there was another family with 2 boys. The mom walked them down and was just like, are you guys going to bring them back up? And so we made sure they got up there. But
so we'll definitely get into that here in a little bit. But it was just such a good turnout.
Yeah.
I know from when I popped in and showed up finally, it did look like there was, as every year, a bunch of people that attended Harvest Fest. A lot of people that I did get to talk to said that they've been there before. Yeah. But there was still a handful that were like, oh, this is my first time. I've never seen this. So cool. And it's so neat. Yeah. So they would ask questions about what we did, who we are, what the Sunday school looks like, things like that. So it was definitely an interesting year, but God was definitely so good to us through the entire time. And I will say that the wind was non-existent.
It was honestly so great. Even setting up on Friday, during the day, there was no wind at all. My dad was kind of worried because we were putting out sandwich boards, and then we had some the cardboard trash cans to put out. Yeah, and for the sandwich boards, he was like, oh, I feel like the wind's gonna blow them away. They're gonna rip the papers off.
They're gonna disappear.
And then he was like, just put the cardboard trash cans out at like 5 because it started at 6. He was like, just so they're not going to get destroyed by the wind. Nothing happened.
This is so good. I think the same thing happened last year though too.
Last year I believe it was windy leading up to it, the day before, right. But I believe the day of was it was completely fine. No wind, or if there was, it was like a slight breeze.
It is such a blessing though, because for those of you who don't know, we are literally living in the wind tunnel.
Yes,
with, like,
Santa
the Santa
Ana
winds
winds are crazy.
Like if you go like a mile and a half, 2 miles down the road, like you're pretty fine. And then you come back to church and it's just whoosh and everything's falling apart.
Yeah. Oh, especially in the fall, because that's when it gets really bad, is like usually we're like fighting the wind. Like you feel like you're going to blow away.
Yes, because we use like pop-ups and stuff for a lot of our different booths and things like that. We've whoever came up with this idea, we use that kind of like it's a plastic, not safety net, but it's that orange like.
Oh yeah, it's the like plastic
netting.
fencing.
Yes, plastic fencing. So that definitely has helped. I know we've always had some issues with like keeping the game booths because we have like 40 game booths or something
like that. But also a big thing that helped with that is getting rid of the easy ups that we used to have there, and now it's like poles that are stuck into the ground. Yeah. And so because one year the easy ups literally went flying, and there was game booths everywhere.
I heard they went into the ditch behind.
Yes, and they were pulling easy ups out of the ditch behind the church. It was a mess. And we still use some of them for like the food booths. Yeah. But as a whole, we really don't have to use them anymore, which is great because they can't go flying because they're like staked into the ground.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. But I think it was also the reaction, because I think with Sunday school, sometimes it gets lost on the parents of like what their kids are really seeing. Yeah. And so having it in an area where the parents, first of all, don't feel pressured to be there, but also they don't feel pressured to not be there. And with that, it kind of opens kind of the door to them feeling like more comfortable with their kids going to Sunday school because they know what's going to happen. Yeah. And so there was a couple like adults that were really into it. There's the Christian illusion with the 3 ropes, make them into one. Oh, yeah. And at first, it just looks like 3 ropes tied together. Yeah. And there was one lady in the back where Logan was like, isn't this amazing? And she was like, yeah!
She was into it.
And he was like, no, this is lame. And so he ended up like actually doing the whole
She's like, I'm here to support
illusion,
you no matter
but she was really into it. And it's so cool seeing the parents also be excited about it and realize like it's not just for the kids.
Yeah. And it's under that guise of like, oh, I'm here for the kids, but I'm going to secretly enjoy it and they won't know.
Yes, 100%. It's kind of like the same thing of what all the kids services where we always say like, you bring them there for the kids, but then like kind of can sneak them in from the back because they're kind of relaxed, their guards down a little bit more because the kids are paying attention. Right. They're obviously still paying attention, but it's like this is for the kids, so they don't feel like the on edge that they usually would feel like in a church service. Right. Where they feel like, oh, this is for the adults, so like they're gonna come for me if I start praying.
They're gonna come for me.
That's not a great way to phrase it, but they're all gonna come over. They're gonna like they feel more pressured to like be involved. But if it's kids service, it kind of lowers their guard.
Right. Exactly. So this is definitely one of the biggest outreach tools that we have throughout the year.
I think it's so great. Like we don't even at this point it's become such like a staple in the community during like October 31st.
Yeah.
That like we barely even have to do any like advertising.
Yes, like I know we have the like billboard advertisements and stuff.
I think we have 2 billboards and then obviously the sign out front. We hang stuff on our
and we still have flyers and stuff.
Yeah, but we don't do the big push like we used to. Right. We don't have to. Well, I don't think we have room to.
I know. Well, even what your dad was saying earlier when he announced it, I think it was the service before Harvest Fest, but he said that if any of us go on outreach and we let them know like, oh, like if the people ask like, oh, where's your church at? Like, oh, well, we try to explain it, but they're like, okay, well, have you ever seen the church on the corner that does Harvest Fest? And then like, I promise like 80% of the time they'll be like, oh yeah, that one. They've either seen it, been to it,
and they may not know it, but like Harvest Fest, we're like, yeah, like on Halloween, they always do like a really big like kind of carnival style.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're that church?
Yeah. So it's really neat. So it's been really cool to see, I guess, from my short time of seeing Harvest Fest in its all of its glory, just what kind of an impact it has on the community, but also just seeing that many people from church and the congregation just getting so involved and loving it. I think that's a big thing for me.
I think it's really cool seeing like the whole church band together.
Yeah.
Because you look around and like in church, you see people, but like almost everyone's involved in something, but they're so like dispersed and they're each in their little like they're each in like a group where they happen at certain times. With Harvest Fest, everyone comes together, everyone's involved. My Nana's like, hey, you're gonna help, you're gonna help, you're gonna help, you're gonna help.
Sister Bishop Booker is definitely the one for like camaraderie for this event. Like.
And so it's just so cool seeing the church get together, and then also seeing just what amazing things can come from it.
Yeah.
And like it's so cool seeing from the very beginning when they walk in, and Sister Abby and her team, they're walking in and she's welcoming everyone, and then they're going through all the game booths, and there's the jumpers, and then there's the food, and then there's the Sunday school stage. This year I was kind of disappointed we didn't have our big old bus out there.
Oh,
usually we have our bus out there and it's decorated, and it's decorated on the outside and inside, and then the kids can walk through and they get candy. They don't have it this year. It's kind of sad.
True. But I think we have so many things
we don't have room for it.
So it's like a good and a bad problem.
Yeah. This year's petting zoo was crazy though. They had a baby cow.
I got to pet
a
it.
Tortoise.
Didn't see that.
2 dogs.
Ooh.
And a couple other things, but those are the main things that I was like, what is happening?
She said, what's happening? It was really cool to see. I mean, I didn't get to see that until like we were cleaning up, but I heard a rave of reviews and how the kids just loved it, especially with the tiny cow.
Yes, that was so cool. But and then after Harvest Fest, we obviously had to clean up. We always clean up the night of, and then there's some stuff that's left over until the next day, but a lot of it's cleaned up the night of.
Yeah,
and
that takes an army and a half to do too.
Barring some tragic accidents, it went well.
If you know, you know.
But other than that, it went well. Obviously, our fellowship hall where we do our Sunday school is still a mess of Harvest Fest decorations and
organized chaos for sure.
Yes,
more so than normal.
Yes, so we're still working through all that, but Harvest Fest, I think, as a whole, was definitely a success.
It was. So
I
have a question because I didn't come in till like halfway through, and I had I think 2 object lessons, so I know what I did and I know what I didn't do well at. Like I for sure had some failures in my little object lessons, but did you guys, while you were doing your segments, did you like did anything happen out of the normal? Because I for sure did, but
let me think.
I mean, but you're usually perft at everything.
That is very untrue. Yeah, very, very untrue. There was one thing that almost went really wrong.
What happened?
Our last segment was me and Logan. We were doing our whole thing. We did the whole each of our segments together. So we had the 4 segments. And that was already. I was kind of on edge. I was like, okay, it's me and Logan. Like something bad's gonna.
It is bound to happen.
Yes, I was already kind of on edge for that. But we had our last segment coming up, and it was like maybe 20-30 minutes until then, and me and Logan were talking, and we're like, this last one's kind of lame. Like it's a cool lesson, but it's a small visual, so it's harder to see on like a bigger scale.
Oh, I see.
And so we just went to my dad's office and we started looking through all his shelves.
the day, like
And,
as it was
like
happening.
literally like 30 minutes before. And we were like, we have to figure out something else, because like it seemed cool in the like when we were thinking of it.
Yeah.
But then we walk, like when we're out there, the crowd's a lot bigger. They're standing out and they're not all like right up in like the chairs, and we weren't really thinking, and so the visual was kind of small.
Yeah.
It was the one with the little Alka-Seltzer, and you flip it over, and it's talking about the rapture, and they pop it anytime.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool, but it's not like a very big visual, and so it can kind of get lost sometimes.
Sure.
So we go in, and I see there was this one where it's like the prediction, the color prediction, where you like pull out the envelope, and it's the color they guessed. I'm not going to ruin how to do it because there are kids that listen to this.
But it's that one.
Yes. So you can probably find it. It's on F Stock Sunday School. It's basically just where you tell them to pick a color off a sheet of 4 colors, and you have that color written down in your pocket in an envelope, and you pull it out and you show it to them.
Oh, very cool. Okay,
So-
got it. I see the concept.
That is the Christian illusion that I was going to do. Logan ended up doing the three rope trick into one, and so I had never done that one before.
Okay.
And so we're sitting in my dad's office, and and Logan's like, "You better practice that, because we can't mess that up. We cannot mess this up."
He says 30 minutes before.
Yes,
the thing.
30 minutes before. And I'm like, and no, at this point we had spent a lot of time, so it's maybe like 10 minutes before, and we just figured out what we're gonna do. And I've never done this before.
Nice. Yeah, as one does.
So I'm like I know how to do it, but there's some part where it's just a memory, and so Logan's like, we got to do this. We got to practice this so many times. So we're practicing over and over and over again. We get over to the stage maybe 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
I'm practicing behind the stage, and I'm like, this could go very badly.
Just again,
So
we prayed together.
So we get up there. Logan does his first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need the most skeptical person out here. And what's funny is a guy from our church. He's like not skeptical, but he raised his hand like joking. We were like, hey, you come up here. And so he like came up there, and like we did it. And I reached into my pocket to pull out the like piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I was so scared I got it wrong.
She said I was sweating.
Literally, until I opened it, I was like, but up until then, but yes, it worked out in the end. But I was definitely very scared, especially because I think we were the last ones.
Oh,
and so I was like, if I ruin this, I'm gonna cry.
They're gonna know.
Yeah. The only other thing is we did the David and Goliath with the Mentos and the bottle, where basically you have like a really tall, strong guy, and they come up and they try to squeeze all of the Diet Coke like out of a bottle, and obviously it doesn't go very far. Then you get this really little kid and pull him up, and then they do the Mentos in it, and obviously it shoots way higher because with God.
Yes.
So we had Brother Chris Gardner, and
yeah.
he was convinced that that a soda had been like shaken up and it was gonna like explode in his face or something. And so we were like, come up here. And first of all, Pastor was sitting in the back, and Logan was like, I need a big, tall, strong guy. And you just see him run. He did not want to get picked.
He said, don't choose me.
But then we had Brother Chris Gardner. He walked up, and Logan was like, hey, we need your help.
Yeah, he's
and
like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, and he was like very skeptical, which I understand. It's Sunday school.
Understandable.
And
yeah.
so Logan just hands him the bottle. He's like, okay, open it. And he's like, no.
He said,
And so Logan has to go over there and like open it for him, show him nothing's wrong with it. I just need you to squeeze it as hard as you can, and it'll like see how far you can get it to go.
He does it like a 90-degree angle.
And so he was like, he didn't want to do it at all. He wanted nothing to do with it. Then Logan was talking through, and he was talking to the little boy that he had called up.
Yeah.
And he goes, what's your name? Kid told him his name, and he goes, okay, David. And he's like trying to get him to say like, so
Yeah.
he keeps asking like, okay, what's your name? And like trying to get him to say David, because he had been saying like, this is David, this is David, this is David. And every single, he asked him like 4 times, and he would be like, the kid would just keep saying his own name, and like, he's like, thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
And so that lesson's fun, especially
That's
because
funny.
it's a very big, like the kids feel like they just made something explode. So
Right.
makes them feel cool.
Makes him feel like
Especially because they just beat like a grown adult.
Yes.
That's like 10 feet taller
even
than
more
him.
points for them.
Yes. But yeah, so those are just the funny little things that happened. I can't remember anything really like huge happening. Honestly, if it wasn't my segment, I was kind of running around.
Yeah.
And
I think that's how everybody was.
yes. And so I know there was like some really, I was told by my dad that there's one called the prediction cards where basically like you can kind of predict what they're going to do with each of these 3 cards.
Okay.
And apparently the lady that he called up was like in shock when it like actually worked out.
Oh.
Like apparently she was very surprised. It's kind of going back to like the whole parents kind of lowering their guard and being like, yeah, it's for the kids. Like, yeah, some silly little trick. But she was like very, very surprised.
It's awesome.
But
I
I think that was really it for Harvest Fest.
I think so. Of course, Brotherly did the classic burning bush.
Yes.
That's always, that gets everyone. It's one of the coolest things.
So cool. Yeah.
So I know
Definitely.
there was that one. And then your dad did the math one.
Oh, yes.
I forget what it's called, but
Mathemagic.
yes.
Math of Christian Illusion.
Math of Christian Illusion. Yes, that's the proper pronunciation.
Yes. Yeah, he did that one. He did the multiplying bottles. He did
Oh yeah.
I can't even remember. He brought so many up there. I don't remember what he did.
I'm sure he did so many.
Yeah, me and Logan did the chef, like the good versus bad chef.
Oh, okay.
We did the cotton balls. We did Cracker Magic. We did the Christian Illusion versus magic tricks. We did
so many.
Oh, and then we did 3 songs. It was No Fear, My Lighthouse, and In Jesus' Name.
Such a classic.
And
did we have, was this the year where we had the most buckets at the end?
Okay, so.
Oh. What happened?
Usually,
yes.
we have, I think, like 5 buckets at the end.
Yes.
That's usually how many we have, if that. I think that's the most we've ever had. And kind of leading up to the final candy rain, we were just kind of, Logan went through the booths and was kind of like, if anyone had extra candy that they weren't going to get through, we'll just use it for the candy rain. We get back there, and me and my dad are back there, and Logan comes in, he's like, hey, we have 10 buckets. And we're like, what?
He ransacked.
So one of them ended up getting used because somebody ran out of candy.
Okay.
But he walks back, he's like, we still have 9 buckets of candy. And my dad's like, we'll use it.
Wow.
So we had, I think, 3 or 4 buckets on stage, and then all the rest of them were out in the crowd, and they were still like throwing them.
Yeah.
But it was insane. Like, we had a full song, and the candy rain lasted longer than the song.
Oh, it did.
It was crazy.
That was fun. That was really funny to see. I recorded it from like our perspective on stage, and just as like the massive sea of people, and then like them just getting pelted by candy was just.
I wish we had somebody on the roof recording it.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Because like we went up on the roof like to take pictures and stuff. Yeah. But like it wasn't during candy rain. That would have been really fun.
Man, next year.
Next year. That's
yeah, but it was very good.
Yes.
A big success nonetheless.
Yes. So. Definitely. And so, okay, I think that was it for the Harvest Fest.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing is talking about this Sunday.
Oh, yes.
This Sunday, as we already said before, we did have some visitors from Harvest Fest. It was very cool, very nice to see people being genuinely interested.
And of course, as per tradition, after every Harvest Fest, our class is outside because the inside where we usually have class is full of harvest.
Yes, and this time was different. We set up curtains on either side, so there was no like running distractions.
Yes, I thought that was so helpful, and the setup was really fun. We are currently using the Faith Lab curriculum from the Acts curriculum series. And it just worked out, I think, for being outside. Like, I think this lesson was meant to be outside just because of how ridiculous it was, but it really did work out. For those of you who do use it, I'm sure you'll see it at some point.
Week
12, and it's talking about the fear of God. Don't scream, Trystan.
I believe.
You're in a mic.
You know what's crazy? I think they'll see it Saturday?
Perhaps. We don't know.
Perhaps. Maybe. You might see it.
Otherwise, they'll see it in a book. But the reason why I bring it up is because, we had to set everything up outside. So we had our benches. We brought those outside. We set up the curtains. We have our wooden beakers in the background for where we're going to be teaching. I bring a couple props down from the drama room. Sorry, Sister Sarah. And use them.
Put them back.
We did. They're up. They're safe. But I brought those down so we could use them for the Bible
Wait, I don't know why I said
later.
Bre put them back. I had nothing to do with it.
I had a bunch of little helpers, so there was still we. No Sotos, if you will.
I did not.
You were doing other stuff. But it really did all work out so well. Like, the kids were so involved and into it this week, and I think it just had so many different elements to it because we were outside. Yeah. The weather was great. I think just
the kids kind of did, like, I had the idea, but the kids kind of put it into effect because I didn't know how well they would like it of just having them sit on the floor. Half the boys section just sat on the floor in front of their benches halfway through.
They started doing that in class a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm about to be like, yo, chairs are gone. Here's a blanket.
Get stickers.
Honestly, because I'm like, they seem to like it, and it's changing stuff up. Yeah. I know we did that in the girls' class. Like, they would just walk in, and there was no chairs, sit on the floor.
That's funny.
Because a lot of them will because, like, the thing is, especially with our benches, they don't have backs anyways.
Yeah, so they're not quite comfy, per se.
So, like, I feel like if they can, like, lean back on their hands or something.
Something like that, yeah.
It does make it a little more comfortable.
They're
but also
antsy, so.
Yeah. So, I think it was a lot of different changes, and that obviously every single time we change something up like that, it's definitely a much better reaction than previous weeks.
Right. So this one was good. So let's just kind of we'll go through the schedule of how we did it.
Let me pull it up.
For this year, my goodness, this last Sunday. So like I said, we're using the faith-led curriculum from the Acts curriculum books. So we are doing lesson 12. This is covering the fear of God. And Trystan would scream every time we would say it, and it was funny. And it really went smoothly despite like all the little changes we had to kind of do in the moment.
Last minute.
But we started out with me introducing. I plainly just went up. I talked about how we were going to be doing this particular topic. That's what we're going to be learning about. And then Trystan comes in and just
guns blazing,
causes chaos. What did you even do? I don't even remember.
The first time I came up, I was screaming, saying our ship was going down.
Yes. So she was trying to like replicate the scenario of us sinking on a ship or on a boat.
Yes.
She came in with like a floaty,
a pool noodle, and a sombrero.
There you go. A pool noodle and a sombrero. That was it. And so she's asking like, aren't you so scared? And of course, me being the reasonable scientist in the room, I say no. That's not what's happening. What are we doing right now? So then I reiterate to her, I'm like, I'm trying to introduce class of the topic we're talking about, which is the fear of the Lord. And so every time I would say that, she would scream and just run off behind the curtain, which I'm so glad the curtains were there because it really just added to the effect.
Yeah, because if I just kind of ran into the back and then stopped screaming, the kids would be like, what's wrong with her?
It would still work out, but I mean, they would say what's wrong with her anyway.
That's fair.
So we had that. And then we transitioned over into a song, and we did Fear, Get Out of Here. And then, phones down. The fear was heard. So we had Fear, Get Out of Here, and then we had 4 different theme skits. So that's why. So each time the theme skit happened, Trystan would come in and do something crazy and try to scare me because she doesn't understand what the fear of the Lord is.
I believe the 4 things were the ship going down, a joke, which
the second one, yes, you come in telling a horrible joke,
which I understand. I'm also scared of jokes. I don't like jokes,
right? Because they're not funny.
No, never. And then the next one was just coming in, making loud noises.
Yes,
with a pot and a
lid.
Yes, a pot lid, and I don't even know what the other thing was.
It was a spatula,
a giant spatula.
I couldn't find a spoon.
And it was, and that we were all gonna die.
Yes, and I will say, shout out to Elena though, because the sound effects really did do what they were supposed to do. I was really worried we weren't going to be able to have sound effects just because we were outside away from all of our normal like equipment and stuff. But she brought it, and it
nice.
Worked so well for class, and the kids were just engaged the whole time.
And I know that's one thing I think we say a lot is how much sound affects Sunday school.
Yes.
But it really does. It can sometimes make or break, especially like a skit.
Yes.
It really does. Just kind of drive it home of like, it can seem like it can seem like to a kid if you're just two people talking in front of them, like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know what these people are talking about, but okay.
That's not, my attention will now go elsewhere.
Yes. If you're not appealing to their their hearing, they're going to pay attention to other things of hearing. They're going to start talking to the person next to them.
Right.
Whatever. So, but if you have
entertaining.
shocking sounds like a dragon roar,
Yeah.
or
a
really
storm,
or a really dramatic opera, or someone screaming,
or like a market background
Yes.
sound. Like, it doesn't have to be anything grand. It could
Yeah,
really
yeah.
be background noise too.
even I think we play the Jeopardy music sometimes,
Yeah.
just some very simple things, but the sound really does, it kind of brings it all together.
Yeah.
And it makes them feel like, oh, this is actually happening.
It has a little extra pizzazz to whatever it is
Yeah.
that you're doing.
There's that kind of fear of oh, they're going to be distracted by everything.
Yeah.
But if you're using and appealing to as many senses as possible, then they're more likely to pay attention
And
to
I would
what's
say
going on.
curtains help for sure.
Definitely, yes. Because it still gives them they're not feeling oh, we can do whatever we want because we're not inside of a classroom. So it kind of gives them the
Yes.
classroom feel.
Those are rules, is what those curtains are. There's
Basically.
boundaries.
Yeah, and it just kind of still keeps them kind of corralled in a way.
Yeah.
Where they
exactly.
feel like there are still boundaries. They can't just
Focused.
run wild wherever they want, especially if another class gets out
Yeah.
early. They're not even seeing the people get out early. They may hear them, but
Yes.
they're not going to be as invested if they see. They're less likely to want to run off if they can't see it.
Exactly. So those definitely helped. And just having those couple little things definitely added to the outside class, but it also, like you said, it kind of retained their focus for a majority, if not all of class.
Yes, yes.
There was one part into class where one of our teachers,
The bus.
yes,
was
the
not
bus
back.
came late. So in the middle of class, we had to kind of just scramble some segments around just to give her enough time to get back.
Which, even though we're not having our blooper segment, I guess is our blooper.
I know, but it worked out really well.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge switch where we weren't able to go back.
Right, right.
We were just able to completely switch two segments that weren't defining.
I'd say that the theme skits were really the only things that were connected to each other. But all the other teachers were so good. They were prepared, and they had no problem just stepping in and rearranging the schedule.
Even
as
the
it
teacher,
was.
even the teacher that was running late, literally ran in.
She did
into her segment.
It was so good. How she did it, was
Great
very
timing.
smooth. Yeah, it was well done.
Overall, I think Sunday school went very well. I don't know. We also had our Sunday school brainstorming meeting.
Yes.
Yes, it's kind of just getting the whole group together across all classes, toddler all the way up through now boys youth.
Oh yeah.
Just everyone getting together, coming up with new ideas, seeing how we can fix old things, new things. See what can stay the same, what we think worked over the last year, what we think can be better. But it was a really, really good meeting, kind of getting the team to get together, getting all on the same page.
Yeah, and it wasn't even necessarily come up with the most creative, outlandish ideas. It was literally how could we possibly change the seats to make it more interesting? Down to little things.
It wasn't just coming up with new ideas, it's changing old ideas.
Yes.
What do we need to keep? What do we want to get rid of? How can we make this next year coming up?
Right. It was so good. And it was nice to hear, since it was all of us, because quite a few of us are split up into, of course, different teams. We have different classes. We have the toddler class teachers, and then we have the girls split for the 10 and 11-year-olds, and then you have our class, super class, the 5 to 11 or 5 to 9-year-olds. So being able to see all of the teachers again, in one area, in a more meeting-y type of setting, was neat, because then you get to hear stories of what they're doing in their class.
Seeing us all as one team versus this is super class team, this is boys 10 to 11 team, this is boys youth team,
Right.
this is
We're
girls 10 to
still
11.
connected with each other.
Yeah.
And of
we're
course
not-
now the youth boys class.
Yeah,
and
youth,
stuff.
boys, toddlers, whatever. So we're not separate teams. We're all still one team. We're all still Sunday school.
Yeah.
And we're all still working towards the same goal to get these kids from toddlers all the way up to youth and then into the church.
Absolutely. That's the big goal. So it was a very, very busy yet productive week last week.
Yes.
And I'm sure we're all still trying to recuperate.
Yes, my dad is definitely, he's in the trenches right now.
I know.
But
in the Bermuda Triangle,
yes.
nonetheless. Intense.
Yes,
Pray for him.
Definitely. So we are glad that he is able to rest and recover, and so he is not overworking himself, hopefully.
Yes.
But hopefully y'all can be okay with having us for 1 week. We will most likely be back next week. So you guys will get back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yes. Until then, you get us.
Yes. Then we will talk to you guys next week.
Yay. Thanks for staying this long.
Yes. From not Brother Phillip and also not Brother Phillip.
Yeah.
We will see you next week.